Hey guys, so in this video, let's talk about Michael Jordan's billions. As you all know, Michael Jordan is the first NBA player to become a billionaire. But let me push this further. Michael Jordan, 2014, when he became a billionaire, is the first athlete who became a billionaire. As you all know, I've been a big fan of Mark Cuban, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg, and all of the other entrepreneurs that have changed the game in business. However, what's so interesting about Michael Jordan is he did not start out as an entrepreneur. He started out as an athlete. And that's what's so amazing about it. That's what we're gonna talk about in this video. We're gonna talk about how Michael Jordan made his billions. This is, by the way, in context to the video that's popping out today, Michael Jordan's Last Dance. Everyone's so excited about it, and I just wanna pay a tribute also to Michael Jordan, arguably one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But of course, this is a financial YouTube channel. We're gonna drill in on how Michael Jordan made his money and how he made. Please remember also, I've been saying this in a lot of videos that I've created. The skill set from earning thousands to millions to billions are all different. The skill set from thousands to millions and millions to billions are different. And the mindset behind it, the control behind it, the discipline behind it are different as well. But there are some underlying principles that you can apply being a person who has thousands, who has millions, and eventually on the way to billions. So let's talk about it. First, before that, no, Michael Jordan's around 2 billion US dollars worth. But what I want to zero in also is this. Michael Jordan's playing career, he played over 15 years. 2 seasons with the Washington Wizards, 3 seasons when he came back and won 3 championships. And then the rest, he played 10 years, three years with the championship, and then the remaining seven without winning anything because he was against, again, a lot of great teams also in the 1980s. But he made 93 million US dollars for arguably one of the greatest players of all time. 30.1 points, 6.2 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 6 championships. Arguably the best, earning 93 million. Context to today, you have Chandler Parsons. Comment below if you know him. Do you guys know Chandler Parsons, who he is? Chandler Parsons contract, 94 million US dollars, 4 years. Michael Jordan's contract, Michael Jordan's total earnings. By the way, this is his current contract, or I think whatever his latest contract is. But 94 million, 4 years. This one is Michael Jordan's entire playing career already as the top player, earning 6 championships. And I think the back half of that, he earned around 30 million a year in the last 2 seasons as an NBA player, but that's basically it. That meant he most likely earned 30 million US dollars in the 13 other years where he was playing as well. But one of the things that I want to point out here is this: he earned 93 million. And of course, it's well documented Jordan spends a lot of money. He has a lavish lifestyle. But above and beyond his lavish lifestyle, above and beyond his money, it's hard to go from 93 million to a net worth of 2 plus billion US dollars. How did he do that? It and I'm pretty sure it did not come from basketball alone. So what did he do? So in this video, I want to talk about 4 principles on what made Michael Jordan a billionaire. And again, as what I said, there are underlying principles that you can apply right here, right now, on how they would work with their money, how they allocate it. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about you trying things on your own, but if you can learn things from how other people have done it, their best practices, then that's what's going to push you higher, bigger, stronger, and better. So comment below if you're excited. Comment below also if you're a fan of Michael Jordan. But tip number one is this: he did not rely on one stream of income. I've been saying this in a lot of the videos that I've been creating. It's never about having one stream of income, because the name of the game is multiple streams of income, because the name of the game is having a lot of other asset classes that are working hard for you, a lot of other sources that will that will make money for you when you cannot make money. The name of the game is, if you have a lot of other sources, if you have other sources of income, that's like now, right now, we are on a lockdown. While we're on a lockdown, that means there might be some streams of income that are not earning, especially if you have businesses that are closed because of this. But if you have other streams, a couple might close down, but because you have other streams, you'll be okay, you'll be fine. And I talk a lot about the stock market, but I'll tell you this: I never talk about that. You focus on just putting all of your money in the stock market, and that's the full reliance of how your money will go. Never do that, guys. The name of the game is you building massive streams of assets that will work hard for you, from property, from businesses, from bonds, from commodities, stocks, different asset classes that will work hard for you. Don't give in to what everyone's saying, that it just has to be from the stock market. No, that's not it. What's amazing is if you could have other assets that are working and earning, then that's even better. So don't get me wrong. I love investing in the stock market. I really believe that the stock market is one of the greatest ways for you to be able. So there, do not rely on one stream of income. Develop other asset classes. Because even Michael Jordan would do it. Even the richest people in the world would do it. And that's what I've been doing as well. So I love stocks with all my heart. But it's not just focus on stocks. I have other assets that are working massively hard for me. And that's why, if you notice it also in the previous videos, or when I would share my journey, what I would normally do is I barely would spend when I was starting out, because I would use that money to build assets. I would use that money to build things that will give me the potential to earn more later on, because that's what's more important. It's more important than buying stuff that don't matter. So just sharing a couple of things on Michael Jordan's income classes. Number one, he has, of course, basketball playing income. That's where the 93 million US dollars came from. Don't get me wrong, 93 million US dollars is a lot of money already. If you even spend that in the Philippines, 93 million US dollars can do a lot already. And even in the States, not a lot of people can earn $1 million a year. That's a small part of their population already, let alone to earn $93 million in a 15-year time frame. That's very, very good. Another source of income that he had was he had endorsements, Gatorade, McDonald's, and what based on reports that I've seen, no, he also has endorsements with Coke, and based on the reports that I've seen, 40 million US dollars a year just from endorsements alone. And here's the thing, he has another deal with Nike, and because it was so big already, the Jordan brand alone generated 3.14 billion US dollars in sales for Nike, just the Jordan brand alone. Uh, that allowed him to become that spearheaded everything. That's what's so interesting about him. And here's what I want to point out as well. This Jordan brand that generated 3.14 billion US dollars for him has generated a lot of royalties for him. And that's another stream of income. And that's another thing that you can look at. Find areas where you can earn royalties from, because royalties are passive. As long as whatever the item is making money, you get a stream of income from it also forever. So if you notice it, this basketball endorsements and royalties, they're highly connected to who he is as well as a player. And what's interesting about that is this: his royalties are around 100 million US dollars a year. And what's so interesting about that is the royalties that he's earning from the Jordan brand. The last game that he has ever played basketball was 2003. LeBron James is still playing right now. Kevin Durant is still playing. Steph Curry is still playing. A lot of the Giannis Antetokounmpo is playing. But here's the thing: Michael Jordan stopped playing 17 years ago. But the royalty that he's getting from the Jordan brand via Nike is bigger than all of those players. And that's what's so interesting about it. Another stream of income that he has is businesses. One of the businesses that he owns, I'm sure you all know this, is he's an NBA team owner. he owns the Charlotte Hornets. He bought the Charlotte Hornets for 175 million US dollars, and from the last time I checked, it's now worth 1.5 billion. That skyrocketed him and brought made him a billionaire. So if you notice it, it's his playing that made him rich, but it wasn't his playing that made him a billionaire. Another thing that I'd like to point out is this: from where he was, it took a high set of skill for him to be one of the best basketball players. It took a high set of skill for him to earn that 95 million US dollars. Not everyone will earn that. And if you notice it, he used active income first to help him make money. And once he started making that money, he started to invest. He started to make his money. He started to build businesses, because you will never build that empire if it's you just working on your own. You will never make it grow if you're just using your own skills. And I've said this in different videos. If it's just you, your time, your skills, they're limited. Eh. But what if you invest into a company that has 100,000 employees or 5,000 employees? Then suddenly you're leveraging their skill set, you're leveraging their talents, you're leveraging their abilities, and lo and behold, Charlotte Hornets even isn't a winning franchise. They're not even. They barely made the playoffs. They haven't been in contention for an NBA championship for a very long time. But Michael Jordan made his money from 175 million US dollars to 1.5 billion US dollars. Other businesses, these are just some. No, there he has more than this. He owns Nissan dealerships. He owns his own golf course. He has restaurants, bars. He has his own steakhouse. He has the Michael Jordan restaurant. So a lot of businesses. He also invested in Asiomatic Gaming. It's his uh, entry into the esports scene as well. So if you notice it, above and beyond this, of course, he has cash positions. He has other conservative investments. But the reason why I'm pointing this to all of you is this: tip number two is his businesses are all different from one another. E-gaming, restaurants, bars, different locations, fine dining restaurants as well, classic American restaurants, golf courses, NBA team, uh, cars, totally different. This all goes back to what I mentioned about diversification, that you do not put all of your eggs in one basket. It has to be different baskets. It has to be different things that are unrelated to each other, and that's what's so important about it, especially if you're investing and you have other businesses, or if you're a businessman. It would be prudent that some of your investments are so different from what your business is, so that, for example, you own a restaurant right now but you have investments in Globe Telecom. If your restaurants are closed because of this lockdown, Globe is making money for you because a lot of people are still using the service, and you have a potential capital appreciation or dividends from the investments that you have. So again, similar to what I said earlier, it's not just about having multiple streams of income right now. It's also diversifying your businesses or your investments, that they are not connected to each other, so that when one falls, you are not hit easily. Number three is this. I may have talked about that he is diversifying and building businesses that are unrelated. But number three is basically this: if you notice it, NBA team, basketball, endorsements, Gatorade, uh, and most of his money generating assets are still highly connected to basketball. Though I mentioned that he's diversified, he knows his giftings, he knows his strengths, he knows that he's a large marketing he's a large marketing draw. He's an icon. He's a global superstar. That whatever he attaches himself with, especially towards basketball, especially towards excellence, uh, people get drawn to it. So one of the things that I'd like to mention also is this: whatever you're good at, put your biggest attention there first. Whatever you're good at, put your biggest capital there first, because that's where you're good at already. That's your money maker. And once that starts making money for you, that's where you start diversifying. That's where you start distributing. That's where you start putting up other things. And it please remember, a lot of people's mistakes is they diversify too early, meaning they don't have a lot of money yet and they buy real estate, they start this business, they go into stocks, they go into bonds, and it doesn't really allow you to scale up. My suggestion to all of you is this: before you start diversifying into other industries, into other asset classes that are not your expertise yet, you double down, you put your money in businesses or investments that you already know, that you're skilled at, and that you know you can build and make it grow. Again, the name of the game in business and investing is you don't make money by the amount of effort you put, you make money based on the skill that you have. So put a lot of money and effort and time on something that you're good at. As it starts to make money already, that's when you start to diversify and build different streams of income for you. And number four, which is very, very important, which is what I've been harping on over and over, is number four: Michael Jordan works really, 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 really hard. And I'll say this over and over: if you work really hard, you don't have, even if you're not the most talented, you will still win. Michael Jordan, when he started out, was not really good in jump shots. But if you look at it at the end of his career, he had the best mid range jump shot in the NBA. He was one of the best shooters also in his time. He was one of the most clutch. How did he do it? He just worked harder than everyone else. He just wanted it. So if you are a person right now, you're saying, "Oh, I don't have money to invest in. I don't have money to start my own business. I don't have the capital. I don't have this and that." Those are all excuses. Sometimes a way for you to be financially free, sometimes a way for you to be rich, sometimes a way for you to make your money work hard for you. So at the start, you work harder than everyone else. Sweat equity is the greatest capital that you can have when you're starting out. Put in more time, put in more effort to help you make that money grow for you. Put in more time, put in more effort, and that's your capital, that's your investment. The time you put, the effort that you put, that's what's going to make you money when you don't have capital. And I've been saying this over and over. When I was starting out, I wasn't the best, but there was one thing that I knew: I was working the hardest. I was the one hustling so hard when everyone wasn't working hard. So a couple of players also that I like now. By the way, just to recap the four tips, it's number one, don't rely on one stream of income. Number two, diversify. Number three, invest in what you're good at. Number four, work really hard. After Michael Jordan, a couple of players that I've been following, Jason Kidd didn't win a championship in New Jersey, but I really liked him. Then Kobe Bryant, especially after Shaq left. Then when Kobe retired, Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry. Uh, just goes to show now that I really miss the NBA as well. Uh, did you guys learn a lot? Comment below if you did. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll make videos on top of that. And if this is something that added value to you, super appreciated if you could press a thumbs up button. You could like it so more and more Filipinos get to see videos like this that are that are giving people valuable content. And if you're new to this, super appreciated if you could subscribe and smash that bell so you get updated every time I create new content about investing and the stock market. And for those who have been asking about my books, Shopee is now open again. I think they were able to find a workaround during the lockdown. So the link is in the description if you want to order this via Shopee. And for those who want to attend my online courses, I have Stock Market for Everyone with Chinkitan. Link is in the description below. And also another online course with Sean C. Called Make Money, Grow Money. It's entrepreneurship, investing, and the stock market. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this video, and I hope that this is something that added valuable things for you to help you reach your goals of financial freedom. Again, because that's all I want. That's what this channel is all about: giving people a shot, a chance to become financially free. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.